I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. You ever have one idea lead to another? I have that happen to me all the time. I made a file handle out of some pop bottle caps, and that got me to thinking about the needle nose pliers that were down here in the shop. Now, this pair of needle nose pliers I've had since 1975. They were inside of a furnace at BorgWarner. And when I had to go in and service the furnace, I found them laying on the floor. Now, nobody'd been inside that furnace since the day it was made. So whoever made the furnace left these inside. And I thought, well, they're not worth a whole heck of a lot, because they were rusty and they had been heated to 600 degrees and held at that temperature for at least, well, the year that I was there. So I pulled them out and took them to the shop, oiled them up, and the joint was just stiff. I mean, I could hardly make them work. But even then, I was hooked on old tools and open to a challenge. So I put them in my drawer and left them lay. For the next 4 years that I worked at BorgWarner, they laid in the drawer. And every once in a while I'd take them out, put some oil on them, see if I could get them to move. And I got them so that I could pry them open with both hands, putting my hands on both handles and pulling. And then I kept working them and working them and working them until now I can use them one-handed. Now, a pair of pliers like this doesn't cost much more than, even at today's prices, if you paid 20 bucks for it, you'd be paying a lot. And in 1975, they were 3 or 4 bucks. But it was a challenge of the thing. I got a sense of achievement out of making them work, and felt kind of good bringing them back from the dead, because if they'd have been left in that furnace, it was a furnace that baked radiator cores. So the baked radiator cores were coated with zinc chloride. Here's a mild form of acid, flux for soldering. They would have been nothing but little iron dust laying in the bottom of that furnace. Well, because the handles were so rough, I put electrical tape around them. And electrical tape works as a handle. Not well, but it did work. But that was 1980 when I left BorgWarner. So that electrical tape, that's 36 years old. If it was a day. And you just saw me take it off. There's not much left of it. Well, I have some coated handles, pliers, and I thought, I wonder if I could coat the handle. Now that thought occurred to me, I don't know, 15 years ago. And you can see I work on things at a frantic pace, trying to get them all done. because when I was at the hardware store, I ran across this can of Performix Plasti-Dip multi-purpose rubber coating. And I bought it a good 10 years ago. Don't want to rush into these things. So I'm sanding off the rust on the handles, and I'm going to put some Plasti-Dip on them and see what they turn out. Now the directions say, attach wire or string to hang item, insert item 1 inch every 5 seconds, withdraw at same rate. Allow 30 minutes minimum between coats, apply as many coats as desired. Allow 4 hours minimum dry time before use. Surface must be clean and dry for best results. Avoid direct sunlight, high humidity, or breezy conditions. Stir gently and thoroughly before each use. Coats, seals, protects, color codes, metal, wood, glass, rubber, concrete, fabric, fiberglass, and rope. I think it's going to do the job. At least if the stuff written on the outside of the can has anything to say about it. Okay, let's see what happens. Black rubbery stuff. At least that's what it's supposed to be. Dip item 1 inch every 30 seconds. 1, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 11, 1000. It's about 4 inches of dipping, and I'm counting to 1020, so I should be about right. $1,001, 1,000. I have to tip the can up to get it all the way to where I want it coated. A little fast on that side. Well, about 30 minutes minimum between coats. I can wait for this one, but it looks like this coating is actually working pretty good. It's forming up quite well. A little bit of a drip on the bottom. I might have had a little too slow on that one. Okay, that's all the tools that I have for dipping right now. I'm going to let them sit while I go off and do other things. It actually looks pretty good. The coating is nice and smooth. Seems to flow around the handle well. I think everything's going to take another coat to get it down to the thickness that I want. But that's actually pretty good. This is part 1. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments below. You know I read them all. Part 2, we're going to dip them again and see whether the stuff comes off with a second dip. I don't think it will. Also, I'm going to try and find some other things that I can dip. Once I got the can open, shelf life drops precipitously. And don't forget to click the like and subscribe button.